Brian O'Driscoll, former captain of the Ireland team, played the most international games in the world. He's in Hong Kong this week for the 40th anniversary of the Hong Kong Sevens. O'Driscoll spoke to me about the weekend tournament.
So in terms of the whole rugby calendar, how important is the Rugby Sevens?
I think Hong Kong, because particularly the fact that it's a 40-year anniversary this year, it has to be the flagship event of Sevens. I think it's the one that everyone wants to win. Certainly from my experience of watching on the TV and the party atmosphere that's involved in it, that it's the biggest of the events.
So the partying aspect, what have you heard about it?
I've heard great things. I've heard you see the South Stand, you see people getting dressed up, and it's just it's a real carnival atmosphere. And I'm looking forward to. I don't know what my costume's going to be yet, but thinking about putting some serious thought into it, and venture into the South Stand and see what all the talk is about.
So if you could be anything, any character, any costume, you don't have to buy it, what would you be for the South Stand?
In the video promo that HSBC did, I liked some of the astronauts.
So you've never played in the Sevens before?
I've never played in the Sevens. Never had the fortune of playing. For me, Sevens used to be a feeder into the national 15s team, and I started quite young at that, so I never really had the opportunity to play Sevens, regretfully.
You said that it was a feeder to the 15s, the 7s. Yeah. Do you still think it's the same thing now?
In some countries it is, but in other countries, it's a sole focus on. You look at a lot of the New Zealand players that are solely Sevens players. Obviously, a lot of the Fijian guys. These guys really know what they're doing, and a 15s player can't just become a Sevens player. You have to practice hard at it.
How has the Sevens sport changed since it became an Olympic sport?
Obviously, the popularity of it has grown. The fact it's become Olympics, it's hugely prestigious now because with a gold medal at stake, everyone wants to be a gold medal winner in the Olympics. That's a lifetime achievement. And particularly within America and growing countries, the likes of China as well, they're big on Olympics. If we can push the best part of rugby forward, be it Sevens first of all, and then hopefully grow the 15s game too.
So let's talk about some of the teams. Why is New Zealand so good at the Sevens and the 15s?
I think New Zealand, when you're born with the first thing you're given before your first bottle is a rugby ball. They just live and breathe it, and it's their national sport. They've got a huge history of it. They've got fantastic coaches, and they just have a huge passion.
So what do you think are the chances for Ireland to win the World Cup this year?
I think there's pretty reasonable capabilities. I think we can get ourselves into a semi-final anyway. We've never been in one of them before, so that's our first thing. We've got to get further than we've done in the past, and then when you get to a semi-final, you're only one game away from a final. So I think get there first, and then we'll deal with that. All bets are off when you get to a semi-final.
And lastly, do you miss playing?
Do I miss playing? Yeah, I do, but I get to come to events like this, to rugby festivals, and it's one of the beauties of being an ambassador for HSBC is to be able to impart some of my knowledge with some of these kids and show them a few tricks that I learned over the 15-year career that I had.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for joining us.